All right then. Kalimera, Kalispera, whatever time you're watching, this is Mappa. I need some intro music to do this. I'm Stel. My co-host, as ever, is Tasso on the bottom right of your screen. To my left is my BFBS friend, Curtis. How you doing, Curtis?
Good to man. And you?
Yeah, all good. I did want to say hello to Tasso. I speak to him every day, so...
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine as well, by the way.
You frozen again. That's fine.
It's all right. I'll sort it out. I'll carry on.
Matter. It doesn't matter. Well, look, the show isn't about us. Clearly, we have a special guest, and it's a lad that I've known for a couple of years now. Top bloke, love him to bits. One of the most handsome guys I know. Even my daughter likes him. I mean, they just we need to know, really. Alex Antoniou. Hello, my friend.
Hello, guys. Nice to see you.
Likewise, Phile. How's the modeling contract?
Oh, it's still there,
It's still there. Well, Phile, thanks for joining us. I know you're really busy. You're on your break at the moment, and then you've obviously got your holiday. So we're not going to take up too much of your time. So let's start with Let's start from the beginning, right?
Yes.
You're still young. So there isn't a long story for you to tell, but I know that you were part of Omonia's academy. Can you tell us about the earlier days of your career? Because I've seen a photograph of you. I'm going to bring it up later. When you left Omonoia, you put it up. Yeah. Shall I bring it up on the screen now, or shall I wait till afterwards?
I need to see the picture.
Yeah? All right, I'll tell you. You tell us about the early days of Omonoia, and I'll find the photography and I'll bring it up.
Okay, you want me to start from the academies?
From the academy. How did they find you? How did they spot you?
So it was a tournament. Like I was 11 years old. And we play with my team. It was academy, but not Omonoia. It was other academy. It was the name like Star FC or something. And we went to this tournament. It was Omonia's tournament in Yeri. So we went there. Okay, our team was good. And they picked me like the best under 11s goalkeeper or something. They give me a trophy for that. So that was nice, yeah. And then they told me if I want to go there to join them. And I said, of course, yeah, because I was an Omonoia fan from a young age. So yeah, it was something like that. Then I went there. I made like 3 days training with the Omonoia and then 2 days with the my other academy, And I play with both.
Nice.
So yeah, it was, yeah. And the next year I go to Omonoia. And I start from under 13s, then I go like step by step until the first team.
How is that for you? Sorry, Alexander, how was that for you and your friend group and the people that you were playing with when you signed the contract for Omonoia? Were they all excited for you? Is it a little bit of jealousy or what was that like?
No. It was like something wow, because I am from a small village also. So everyone knows everyone, and all of them, it was like, congratulations and this stuff. And we are happy for you. I waited a bit for the contract, to be honest, but it was a nice feeling, And I feel the love, not the jealousy and stuff, because my friends are not like that, So it was a nice feeling.
So, Phile, what year was this when you were spotted? Not when you joined Omonoia. What year was it?
So it was like 12 years ago. Yeah. Like it was, if I remember well, April 2012. Yeah.
2012. Okay.
12 or 11. I'm not sure.
Right.
Maybe no, it was 11. It was 11. Yeah.
So
it was 2011. Yeah.
So when you joined Omonoia, I'm guessing that was with was Andreas Evangelo there as well through the academy?
I don't remember.
Antonio Foddi, was he there as well?
No, he came after because I'm a bit older,
He came after you. I'm trying to
figure out. I didn't play with him.
Right. I'm trying to figure out the age group of the players that came through, because obviously you're friends with Humber. And were you friends through the academy or were you friends at school?
No, from the academy. So Chambos is like 3 years younger than me.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I was in the first team, training with the first team, And in the games, I play with the under 19s. So Chambos was there.
Okay.
And we became friends from there. And then he came to the first team as well. with Jordi, Loizou, Kakoullis. So all of them, they came up. Okay, we had a nice group, you know. We was friends. Everyone, like, well, we was like family. We was young, you know. And then I was like this with Chambos, like after 1 year. Not like when I left Omonia, then I became too close with Chambos. So it was unbelievable.
Strange. It's strange how these things happen.
Yeah.
But when you originally joined Omonia, obviously it's the club that you support. It must have been wow for the fact that you're in the club. You know about the heritage, you know about the culture. But in terms of the staff, the coaching staff, and all that, were there any people there who really looked after you guys? Because obviously we pride ourselves. I'm an Omonia fan, obviously for the benefit of the viewers. We pride ourselves on our academy. So was there a very strong family bond at the club?
Yeah, it was like, okay, look, at the moment it was before the owner came to buy Omonia. It was a strange situation. We changed a lot of coaches and stuff, but like the players as players, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. We was like a family, even through all the difficulties, It was something amazing.
Because I remember talking to Fofana about that situation. He was telling us he'd go to the supermarkets and fans would want to buy his food for him. It came to a point where players weren't getting paid. Did you hear those kind of stories as well? Money fan, yeah.
No. I didn't have like for a coffee, but not to buy my food.
Kala. Well, look, you were there when Jesper Fredberg came in. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Now we know what Jesper Fredberg is doing at Anderlecht. We know what he did at Viborg, and we know what he did at Omonia. So, what were your impressions of him during his time at the club?
So, he was an excellent person. First of all, he knew how to talk with the players and everything. He knew he had his plan, and he tried to do it. As I told you, it was a difficult situation in Omonia the years that he was there. But I knew if he got the chance, he can make a big things. I knew that. And he helped a lot of players from the academies, to play in the first team. It was Chambos, it was Christian Fodi, if you remember, right back.
Yep.
This guy, and it was Jordi as well. He helped them, like he put them in the team immediately.
Yeah.
So it was something good that he did.
Because Marino was, 16, 17 when he made his debut?
Yeah.
Did you get Apollon, if I'm not mistaken? Was it away to Apollon?
Yes.
Anastasio was head coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that game. He scored, yeah.
Tapping.
I was on the bench. Yes, he came straight to the bench.
Well, this is it. We talk about the club and the players and how the Cypriot players really get on, and it's incredible. But you've got a lot of foreign players that came to Omonia at the time, and obviously Jordi Gomez had come in, Matt Derbyshire, who love to bits. And what was it like? I know, that's what I'm saying. We love him to bits. Incredible. I know. Don't worry. You know him better than I do. Let's get it right. But what was it like for you seeing players like Matt? Because Matt's history and his career speaks for itself. The goals for Olympiacos, the goals in the Premier League for Blackburn. What was it like for you youngsters seeing someone like him come into Cyprus?
So first of all, for me, when I go to the first team and I find Matt there, because first it was Matt, I was like, wow, I can talk to this guy now, And then he was living near to my village. And he said, because I was like 15, 16 years old, my father needs to do this all the time, to my village, then to Yeri, then again back and goes like that. So he said to my father, I can bring him to training if you want, because I'm living near, And my father takes me to his home, and Matt takes me to a training almost every day. So we talk stuff. Then he opened his house for me, He invited me to get food. I was like, I feel part of his family, It was amazing for me. And then the way he talks about football, how he gives you this inspiration to keep going when everything is going like Okay, it was mad, unbelievable. And then when Jordi came, I said, when I first met him, I said, this guy, he laughs or he just is like this serious all the time. And then, okay, he makes his jokes in the dressing room and stuff. And but when you see him, when you do something bad or something that is not good, when he make like that and he see you, you make like you want to piss yourself on,
Yeah, well,
So and
this
this
is the elite
is what
mentality,
captains,
bro.
yeah.
It's the elite mentality, and I think that's something that we're seeing it slowly coming into Cyprus. But when Jordi Gomez and Matt Derbyshire come in there and they're giving you advice, but also giving you those looks when you mess up, at least they know that there's standards that you need to set. But
you know what? Now I remember it was also Lucas Vindra.
Yes,
Legend.
yes,
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yes.
It was like 38 years old. He was the first player in the dressing room and the last. It was in the gym. He worked to be good. When we play like in the trainings, small games, he never gonna lose. If I receive a goal, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And that's how I honestly, that's how I became a better goalkeeper, a better person, Because when you are there, everyone wants to win. Even in the small set games, in the training, everyone wants to win. And they give like 100%. It was, and Lucas with his advices and stuff, unbelievable.
Well, this is it.
Excellent.
You hear about a lot of foreign players going to Cyprus, and they call them tourists, because some of them don't play well. But the ones that play well, it isn't just them playing well; it's what they do off the field with the youngsters. And the rest of the team is like you said, it rubs off on you guys. But if I'm not mistaken, you had John Carver there as well.
Yes.
Come on, tell us. You got stories. You got stories.
Look, I was 16. I went to the training, and after the training, when the training finished, he take the forward players in midfield and he make drills for finishing and stuff. And he said to me, "You will be the goalkeeper no matter what. I don't care if you have one hand or something. You will be the goalkeeper because I know you will try to save everything." And when we make the drills and I make like good saves and stuff, he was there. He give me, psychology and everything. It was unbelievable. It was a nice guy, top guy. I was young. I didn't want to. No, I didn't want. I didn't have the courage to talk with him like if I have something. But as I saw when I was there, the players could speak with him for everything. So it was something. It was brilliant, and honestly, this guy for me is a very, very good coach. Very good coach.
Well, I've got one more question before I let the boys chime in because I've taken the whole bloody show, unfortunately. But I was talking to Killian Sheridan. I mean, obviously, Killian, I've known him for a few years now, in all fairness. But I never forget one occasion. I was messaging him. It must have been, I can't remember which year it was, but I was messaging him and he goes, "Stel, we got training now. I'll message you afterwards." Okay, fine. And then he didn't get back to me till really late in the evening. And he goes, "Sorry, Stel, something happened at training." I was like, "Okay, no worries, man." He goes, "Well, the ultras showed up and they stopped the training session because of our bad performance at the weekend." Now, for me, that's normal for Cyprus, but for a foreign player, it's a different realm. So how do you guys as Cypriot players assure the players that it's normal, don't worry about it, but just be careful?
Look, okay, we know the fans in Cyprus is like that. When you don't play well, they will come to the training ground and they gonna maybe destroy everything or something. Because it happened that I remember when we lost against AEK, if you remember, I think 5-0, yeah? Yeah, unbelievable. They go to the stadium. Oh, my friend. They break all the cars. I think they just left 1 or 2 cars, and the one it was Matt's, if I remember well. It was unbelievable. The tires and everything, and how the Cypriot players now, and how we can say to the foreign players that this is normal. You can't say this is normal.
This is Cyprus.
Look, when they come to the field and they shout and stuff, this is different. But when they go there and they break the cars and stuff, it's different. So okay, when they came there, the captains go in front. It was Matt. It was who it was Lucas. They go in front. When they talk with the people and they say, "Look, okay, we're gonna try to do better." It's not. It's not like it's our fault as well. But we try. We try. Honestly, we try. It's not that we go to the field and we want to lose. Who wants that? It's some things that didn't came out well. And okay, because Matt, he get immediately in the Cypriot mentality, he could manage everything.
Yeah. Boys, Curtis, Tasso?
Yeah, no, I was going to kind of jump in on that because obviously there's been a few stories this season about fans obviously getting up to some interesting things. So, for instance, there was the Apollon AL game, last game at the Cypriot and things like that. So, kind of when you see a situation like that arrive, how do you explain that to? So you said this is Cyprus, but like, do you forewarn players that might arrive from a different country that this kind of thing will happen, or do you wait for something to happen and then you go, this is how things happen here?
Yeah, look, when the foreign players come, of course we speak with each other and we say to them, just be careful, even if you go out, if you go for a coffee, don't talk too much because maybe someone listen and he make this, So they knew, but they didn't knew that it was this stuff like you said, Isle Apollo with the rocks and stuff. Unbelievable. Or I remember a game this year also, Omonoia against Anorthosis. One guy from unbelievable, from Anorthosis stand, rocket like that.
Yeah,
he goes straight from the Omonoia fans like that.
Yeah,
and like it was because my father is also Omonoia fan. He was in front of the rocket and he just make like that. Imagine if the rocket hit him. We was lucky that we didn't have something very bad. So, okay, we talk to them, to answer your question. We talk to them, but we don't know as well what we can wait,
Yes, it's very unpredictable, isn't it? There's so
exactly
much stuff that goes on. No, I completely understand. So, I mean, that was kind of it from me. Have you got anything, Curtis?
Yeah, I want to go back actually to you talking about that kind of family mentality and all the stuff that you've learned from Omonoia. Then let's kind of, I don't want to skip us too far in the future, but let's move into like, you went on a lot of loan spells. How did the club look after you while you was out on loan? Was there a lot of contact with Omonoia while you were away? Because you kind of frequented to the same club, didn't you, when you moved away on loan?
Yeah, look, so when I signed the contract, it was when Papastavro came, the owner. So I signed a contract for 2 years. It was 2 years. The first year I was there, like I started like a third option, and then I went second, and I didn't play a game. So some things change, because the team finished, I don't remember, sixth or something, fifth. So then bring a new sport director, new coach, and everything. So I didn't have the chance to say to show them, what I can do in the field because I didn't get any chance, And I was not the guy like I want to go to talk to say to the coach, put me. If he wants, if he believes in me, he will put me. And let's be honest, I have a disadvantage from the other goalkeepers. Like I am 184. I'm not 187 or something. Like for 3 centimeters, So it's not easy for a coach to trust a young goalkeeper, short, let's say. So it was not. Yeah, okay. So when the new season it was going to start, they call me. They say you need to go on loan to get some games. I said, okay, something has happened. Okay, I said, okay, I will go. It's no, why I have to stay there and do anything, just training. So when I was 19 to 20, and I went on loan to Ermis, and then the coronavirus came. So it was when I was starting to get in the team to play in Ermis, the corona came and it was finished. So I didn't have they didn't want to renew my contract, okay, as normal. I think that was normal because I didn't play a lot and I didn't show something, so it was normal. And I have to leave. And I make a decision to stay another 1 year in Ermis. It was a first division also. So I stay. I was like second, third option, let's say. And I play like 3 or 4 games. And the one game that I played was against Omonoia. So, yeah.
They didn't reach out to you, and there wasn't a kind of a nice transition where they helped you kind of to still progress. It was
no. Just I was out of contract. They didn't say. I asked them if I can renew for another 1 year, so I go to another team on loan and show them what I can do. Say no, we are okay. We are full for goalkeepers. We don't need you. I said okay, no problem. So it was like that. And from that moment, I knew that not that I couldn't be a fan of Omonoia, but it was not like that in my heart, you know.
Yeah,
I was feeling a bit, yeah, it was hard for me because I was a fan of this team, not just a player. I was a fan. From a fan, I became a player of this team. So it was a bit hard in the first year, but then okay, move on. So that's football. This is football, you know.
And did you feel that helped with like mental toughness in changing your mindset and improving your game from a mental aspect? That kind of experience of, I mean, coronavirus affected everybody, but that experience of going on loan, stopping with Omonoia and being at Ermis, that improved you mentally, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Like it made me stronger here and stronger in my emotions. You know, I can control my emotions from that. Because honestly, it was very hard for me to leave from there. It was my team. So I was feeling not embarrassed, like betrayed, you know. But it's football, you know. Now I can see clearly it's football. I'm not good for them, I'm good for someone else, you know.
And fast forward now, you've obviously been back and celebrating with Omonoia on their cup win. So now maybe there's a little bit of healing between the club and yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, look, it was Chambos there. So I go to watch Chambos to play, you know. So I was happy for Chambos, but okay, I feel happy for Omonoia as well for what they did the last 4 or 5 years, you know. So yeah, also this year, but the last year also when we take the cup, I was in the field with Chambos. We hold the cup together. So
amazing.
Yeah. And I was free, so I can do that. I didn't have a team, huh?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about anyone saying anything to you. That's brilliant. Yeah, so brilliant. Well, Phile, going back to when you made your debut for the club, I think it was against Okkas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And we had I think Vintra was playing. We had the Spanish centre back that I think that was his debut, and he hadn't played all season through injury or whatever.
He played. It was Borja, and he was a central defender, and he played in midfield that game.
Yeah.
We went to the stadium, you know, to the game, and we have 14 players. 14.
Yeah, 3 players on the bench.
I don't know why. It was 3 players, 1 goalkeeper and 2 players.
Was it Bedev, the coach?
Yes,
the Bulgarian?
Yes. I love that guy also. Sorry, but because he gave me the chance, you know. He came in and he said, "You will play with me." I said, "Okay, thank you." It is what it is, you know. And then, okay, let's go to the game. I play. We lost. We was like unbelievable. But I did a good game because if I don't know if there's a video for that, but when the game finished, I left like I was the last or something with the goalkeeper coach and the other goalkeeper, and all the fans, it was like this to me, you know. They applaud for me, and that I almost cried. I was 18 years old. I almost cried, believe me.
Because as you mentioned, there was a lot of injuries, and I think a lot of the players were quite young at the time.
Yes,
it was a lot of players.
Filiotis also, Francesco.
Wasn't Ganu there?
Yes. He played, I think. He played like a striker. It was Jarcinho. Fyodis play left back, Francesco right back. It was Vindra with William Suarez in the two defenders.
No.
Borja in the middle.
I'll tell you something. The formation that I'm looking at on Transfermarkt for this game is very different to what you're saying. I've got Francesco. There's like 3 at the back. Francesco, it says Ekiza. So
3 at the back?
Yeah.
No chance.
Yeah.
It was no chance.
Hold on.
Let me bring it up. 1 second. Let me find it.
Can you guys see, am I still very can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see number 6 William Suarez. It wasn't defender.
Yeah.
He played with Lucas too. I remember the game like that. I see the game now in front of me. So I'm clearly sure we play with 4 in the back. And
well,
I think it was Fyodis left back.
This is why you can't trust Transfermarkt.
Yeah.
You can trust it for some stats, but you can't trust it for team formations. Forget that.
Yeah.
That.
No, but like the whole thing about only having 3 players on the bench, they've got that and everything. So yeah.
No. Yeah.
On the bench, I think it was Solomon and Maduro. I'm not sure.
Yeah. That's correct. Yeah.
Who was the last one? Was it say there, Tassel? Who's the last player?
Who's the last player that was on the bench?
On the subs, yeah.
Where's the goalkeeper?
Andreas, it was Andreas.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh my god. Oh Christ. I forgot what I was going to ask you now. Oh god, it's gone out of my head. Curtis, step in, please. Save me. Throw that rubber ring. Other question is gone.
I want to talk about. You've talked about the kind of the competition for goalkeeping places and how many there was senior players above you and players you've come in, and how has that affected your mindset now in terms of you're getting to this age where you're choosing a national team and you've got 2 options, right, for picking a national team, and the goalkeepers above you or at the level of you. How are you feeling around that situation, a national team situation?
Okay. To answer your first question first, it was like with all the goalkeepers that I trained, I tried to take the good things and make something on my own. So the young kids, now they can see me and do something, take some good things. So with all the goalkeepers that it was a lot. We had a great connection with all of them. So I learned from everyone, and I can say that when I went the first time in the first team, it was Yorgalidis and Panagi there, and I didn't have a contract or something, and they came by their own with the goalkeeper coach, and they gave me like one amount of money just to go to drink my coffee. It made me cry, believe me, and this happened in the dressing room, in the toilets.
Wow.
So honestly, that making me, I was crying. So I was like 15, 16 years old, and they came on their own, and they give me like, each one, they give me something. They say, this is for you to go out with your friends and stuff, and we're gonna try to make a contract for you, just a small amount to have something. And they did, to be honest. They after a little, like I don't remember, 3-4 months, I get a contract for a small contract, but I get something,
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable, and I thank them a lot because they make me like excellent boys, excellent guys, all of them. Honestly, they are in my heart always because they help me not only with this, with everything. So then after, I meet the other guys and we have a great connection. And what was the second question?
And that now is another situation where you've got maybe breaking into a national team. You've got that kind of competition for places now as well. And are you in contact with the goalkeepers that play national level? And is
yes. I know all of them. So the Cypriots, we know each other. So I know them and they know me. We speak with coaches, of course we speak. Look, in now, what I don't like in Cyprus is that we take a foreign players and we make them Cypriots and they play in front of the Cypriots. We have a great Cypriot players. So I don't know why they do that. Okay, this is something bad for me, and I don't like it. This is straight. So the Cypriot goalkeepers, I think no one is playing in their teams.
Yeah.
You know, so it's difficult for the coach to choose one to play, and that's why they do that with the foreign players. They make the foreign Cypriots and they put them to play because they play, and we need like Joel, yeah, great goalkeeper by the way. So for me now, what I can do, they don't look to the second division, to be honest. They don't look. So it's not only me, it's another 2-3 guys, Cypriot guys that they play and they make a fantastic season this year. You can take them. They play, you know, they have the level to play. So I don't know. They don't want to watch. I don't know. They don't want to watch the second division. And the second division, for me, when I was like 19 and I was in Omonoia, I said, yeah, it's second division. It's not good. But when I went there and I saw what is second division, honestly, for me, it's more tough and strong than the first division. The first division is more quality. The second division.
You've had a good season as well. 8 clean sheets in the league this year as well for you. You've had a good year.
Of course. It's not enough for me. This year I'm gonna make more. I'm gonna make a lot of more. So, but for our team, that we are one team with a small amount of budget, you know, it's like from the other teams, honestly, unbelievable. And we have a lot of young players. Imagine I am 23 years old and I'm maybe the 5th or the 6th player, like older. So we have a young team, a Cypriot team, you know, and we did. And our target was to avoid the relegation, to not go again back to third division. And not just this, we entered the first 8 and we finished 7th, you know. We play with all the big teams in second division and we see all of them in the eyes. So that was something brilliant for us. And I'm happy, honestly. I'm happy. 8 clean sheets, I tell you, it's not good enough, but it's good. It's good.
It's difficult. But File, just quickly going back to when you left Omonoia, was that 2019, if I'm not mistaken? 2019 or 2020?
For the loan, it was 2019.
Permanently, when you left permanently.
Permanent 2020, yeah.
2020. So round about that time, the goalkeepers were Fabi, Uzoho.
Yeah.
Well, I think Uzoho. Didn't he go to
it was Uzoho. No. Who was? It was this guy Pantilimon. He came
Pantilimon, the Romanian, yeah.
And Banai as well.
Banai and Kirakidis as well, yeah.
Yeah. So there were so the 2019 season, it was, I think Banai was first choice and Pantilimon came. Then both of them got injured. Then didn't Francis get injured? He did his knee. Yeah. I think Francis had a knee injury. So there was 3 goalkeepers. Then Fabi came as like an emergency goalkeeper, and obviously he's done what he's had to do. He's incredible. So you were effectively like 5th or 6th choice goalkeeper, no?
Yeah, if I was there, yeah.
Unbelievable.
But I was not there, so that's why I didn't want to stay. What to do? 5th goalkeeper and go to play with the second team.
Yeah.
And that year before I left, I was second goalkeeper in the first team, and I was playing in the under 19s, and I was a captain as well. So imagine, I went. It was also when the games, it was in our training ground, because in our training ground it was 3 pitches, you know.
Yeah.
So we played in the one, and the other 2 was for the first team to train. And I remember a day that I play a game with under 19s. Then I went to the training with the first team, with the close of the game, and then we make a shower. We go to the hotel, and the next game I was on the bench with the first team. So this happened sometimes, but to do a training after a game, it was something I did for the first time. Most of the times I finished the game, I go to the training ground and I left with the team for the hotel. I don't know what happened that time, so I went. Unbelievable.
Bomba. Well, Curtis, I don't know if you need to bounce, mate, but thanks for jumping on.
It's absolute pleasure. Alex, it's phenomenal to hear from you, and it's really interesting to hear about your time, your transition, and I wish you all the best for you in the future. And next season, I can't wait to watch you.
Thank you, mate. Nice to meet you, sir.
That's all.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one, bro.
Thanks, man.
Bye,
anytime, mate. Cheers. Thank
bye,
you.
bye,
Thank
bye.
you. That's Curtis from BFBS. I'm guessing he's probably got a show to jump on, so it's great to have him on board. So there you go. See, the guy's always busy, always busy. Let's talk about Ermis Aradipo, right? And your experiences at that club, because obviously you've been there on loan, but you went there permanently. What was that like in terms of the quality? Obviously, you knew about the quality, but in terms of the league itself.
So the first year that I went for a loan, I was going there. It was Jordi, the first goalkeeper, and he called me. He said, "Alex, come here. I will help you, and you will play here." I said, "Okay, Antonis." And I was that time that he called me. I was in Poland with Omonoia. Okay, so I said, "Okay, I will come there. When I come back, I will go there to sign the loan." Okay, I came back. I trained for 1 month with the team. Obviously, I knew the goalkeeper coach, so he helped me. And imagine now the goalkeeper coach that I had in Ermis that year, I have him now in MEAP.
Wow, he's following
you. Yes. No, I follow him and he follows me.
Oh, you follow him?
Yeah, but now it's different because when we was together the first time in Ermis, I was not the first option. Now here I am the first option, so it's different.
Right. Okay.
And we was together also in academies in Omonoia. Yes. Yes. He's a good friend of mine, let's say.
Lovely.
So, yeah, I went there and then, after 1 month, Antonis, he went back to Anorthosis. And Urko came, Parto. I became friend with him as well. We talked. I learned a lot of things from him. He was unbelievable goalkeeper. Believe me. I don't know if he knows that, but he learned me how to shoot with my left foot. So yeah, how to put the ball where I want, because he had two great foot. Unbelievable with the legs. So we train with the feet all the day. And I learned from that. So thanks to him as well. We make a good season. Our target, it was going back to the first division. So, we did it. And as I told you before, when the time came for me to play, I played one game this year. It was Cup against Omonoia. Matt scored 2 for. I'm laughing. You know why? Because 1 week before that match, I was to his house and we was talking. I tried to be a little bit snake for that, and I asked him if like, let's say if I am the goalkeeper and you had a penalty, where you will shoot. He told me where I should always, and where he should always is on my right. So it was something. It was like, I know that it's gonna happen, So the next week we played a game, penalty for Omonoia. Matt is there, and I said to myself, he said he never changed, and I believe him. I dive on my right, he shoot on the left. And I was laughing. I receive a goal and I take to my bottle to drink water, and I was laughing. I say, why? And then he scored another one. 1vs1, he scored. And then after the game, I went to his house. I take him, Lufner, and Thomas, and I bring them home because they was living near, And we went to Matt's house to have a beer or something, And I ask him, and I tell him, you are a big malakas. Why you didn't shoot there? Shoot there, but shoot strong. Don't make me look like a fool. He was laughing. He said, when I play football, I don't see friends, He was like that.
Amazing.
I said, okay. And I learned from that. So it came in my mind immediately, when I play football, it's not friends in there. 90 minutes, everyone is opponent. I don't care. Even if he's my best friend, I don't care.
Yeah. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
That's a story. That is a story. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. That's a big story. Believe me, it was because I sit on the couch. He was opposite to the other couch. And I look at him. He said, "Whoa," like that. Say, mate, why? He was laughing. It was like,
But you know what?
we had this chat, 1 week before, and you said you never change. Why now? Just shoot strong. And I was feeling, when it was a party, I was feeling, and I said, no, Matt, he's never changed. What he said is that he should. It was not like left, but it was middle to left, Just he changed because he knew that I would jump there. Because every time when we train after the trainings, he maybe shoot me 20 penalties every day. And he shoots there. I know him. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Psychology.
So,
is in there.
Yeah. Because I tell you, it's like we was training every day together. We was all day together most of the times. And when we train, he shoot on my right all the time. He tried to change on the left. But we knew, Matt, when he shoot there, you don't gonna save it, He shoot like strong and exactly on the corner. So he's a penalty taker. So okay, the game came.
Yeah,
he shoot on the other side.
I feel it. That's your fault because you asked him the question. If you didn't ask him the question, he probably would have gone that way.
I was young.
Yeah, of course. And look, it's exciting. You're playing against a teammate and a friend. You're playing against someone that it's normal.
Yeah, it was all of them because I knew all of them. Chambos played as well. Yeah, Chambos played as well. Who else? It was Jimmy's. He played. We was good friends also. Who else? Yeah, I knew them all of them because it was the year that I came on loan. So I knew all of them. So it was okay. Our team, it was second division team, so I couldn't expect something more from the others. So it was like, let's go and play, have fun,
The thing is, Ermis were a team that we call them a yo-yo club, where they go up and they go down, they go up and then they go down. So what was the expectancy like when you went there? Because you've come from Omonoia, but you're still young. So were people thinking, he's an Omonoia player, so he's got to be really, 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 really good? Or were they thinking, well, he's a youngster, he still needs time?
No, when I went there, everyone said that I'm very good. Top goalkeeper for them. But when Urko came, it's Urko.
And then yeah.
And I said, okay, Urko, I will learn from you what to do. I came here to play, but if Urko came and he was a beast, it was amazing goalkeeper and a very good guy, So I tried to learn from him, and that's it. And as I tried to say before, is when the time came for me to play, to put me in, the coronavirus came, and everything stops,
But the thing is, I find it impressive how you were willing to learn. And this isn't a knock on you. It's just a knock on the Cypriot culture, because from what I gather, there are lots of kids that want to learn from former teammates or current teammates, but it seems that there's a lot that don't. And I don't know whether it's a comfort zone kind of thing, but you wanted that education. You wanted that.
Yeah, look, if a player like Urko, when he played to the top level, is in the team, or I don't know, I don't remember. Also Pete, you remember Feldhuizen, this guy.
No.
He played also in the top level. So you have something, always you have something to learn. From Matt, he's a striker, I'm a goalkeeper. Of course, and I have something to learn for him, from him. Jordi, he came. I was talking with Chambos. He's like that. He learned a lot of things from Jordi. It's like that. When you see a player with a big career came in the team, you will learn. It's like that. Even if you want, you will learn something and you will not understand it. But for me, when we was training, I was watching every step, Sometimes I try to copy some guys, but I said no. I will do my own. I will take all of these good things and I will make Alex. you know. So, and that's what I'm trying to do. Now I'm good. I'm a good example for the youngsters in MEAP.
Well, that's important though, because obviously at MEAP, last season just gone, there was a lot of Omonia players out there on loan, Spiridagi, Christou, etc., etc. But the thing is, I don't want you to name names, but were there any young players that didn't really want to learn, or they just went for training and then went home, or didn't do the extra hours?
No, from when I was in Omonia, you mean, or now?
Wherever you've been.
Look, when I was in Omonia, every youngster they was working like animals, because they try. You came from under 19s, you want to show, and they try to reach the level that the other players are. And all of them. It was all of them. Loizou, Kaku, Jonis, Chambos, all of them. It was unbelievable. And in the gym also, it's not just the things in the training. It's also outside of the training, And Jonis, I remember him. It was like, I don't remember, maybe 2 hours in the gym. Chambos as well, Kaku as well, Loizou also, And they try to. It's not only the gym. It's also what you eat, what you do, how you live. It's everything. And now the point that we are now, and what they achieved in so young age. So imagine, Loizou is like 20. He have 2 cups and 1 championship. Chambos as well. Kaku as well. Chambos scored 2 goals in the Europa League qualification games against Ghent. So what they achieved is not by accident, It's the work that they put in themselves. And because I'm living a lot, I am a lot of time with Chambos, and I see him. Bro, honestly, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what they do. And the people, what I want to say, the people think to be footballers is easy. But I want them to try for 1 week, which anyone that says to be footballer is easy, try for 1 week and let's see. Imagine now they don't have a time to rest. They just have maybe 5 days. Maybe they work in the training is like 3 hours, 4 hours with the gym and stuff, 5 hours. But it's not that only. It's what they do after that.
Yeah.
And this is the difficult part, because to play football, to be a footballer, it means that you have a quality to be. So the training is for you is not something, It's your job. It's like you enjoy it, but the after things, it's unbelievable.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And even we briefly touched on MEAP and the Omonia players over there. I forgot Asimenos. Come on now,
yes,
my guy.
Yes.
What a player he is. So talking about those players at MEAP, can you tell us about the relationship between the club and Omonia? Because I know that I think Jordi was there for some kind of presentation and there was some kind of agreement made. I don't know. But obviously there is a link because there are many players that have gone out there on loan. Tell us about MEAP first, because for the benefit of our listeners, second division club, a good club. But next season could be very difficult because obviously you got Bayer with Jason Punchin as head coach, and you got the clubs that have got relegated from the top division like Paralimni or Olympiacos. So tell us about MEAP, and then obviously what you think might happen next season with the other clubs I just mentioned.
Okay, so in MEAP is like, as I told you before, it's not a team with a big money or stuff. But what they do is they try to take a lot of Cypriot players, young players, because all of them, they know each other. So we became a family together. And we try just to do our game, as MEAP, as a club, they try to push the Cypriot players. And they try to show to all the Cyprus that the Cypriot players are good enough. So when we have like one player now, he take a sponsorship to America. So we have Christou, Spiridaki, Sasi. They will go back with games on their feet. They play. Who else? We have a player in MEAP. He was in MEAP and then he go to AS. Young player as well, great player. So what they try to do is they try to show to Cyprus, to all of Cyprus, that we have a good Cypriot players. And for us, because we know each other, so it's not difficult for us. We have three, I think, yeah, 3 foreigners. The 2 of them is young as well. So we put them in the team. We have our captain that is now, let's say 33. Okay, he's not that young, but he's in the family as well. He helps us with everything, and we go like that, step by step, game by game. And it's not only for the players, it's the coaches as well. So now we have a new coach. He was I think his first time that he take a man's team on his own. He was a second coach in Aradipu, Omonia, and they believe him. And we believe him, of course, So we believe him and he believes in us. So we make this thing and we try to move forward, So to the other question now, it's gonna be a tough year, of course, and it's gonna be a tough year. But I believe that we can do a better thing than what we did last season. So I believe our team can reach again the top 8. And I don't know, for something bigger. But our target, let's say for my target, maybe the clubs is again avoid the relegation, but our target as a player is to put the team again there and fight with the big clubs. Because is that what make us better players? And for Omonia and MEAP. So they came together, they make an agreement, I think, to give us some players on loan because, we are the team that we put the Cypriots. So Omonia find that out. They have a good connection, the boats, between them. And that's why Grigoris was there as well in what we did there, okay? And, okay, it's like they make a deal, let's say, to send us some players, help us, and we help them as well. So it's win-win situation.
I've got 2 questions to go, but I'm going to let Thasos step in because he's waiting eagerly. Because I'm sure he's got a few questions.
Yeah, no, I kind of wanted to jump in talking about, obviously, the young players and kind of what the goals are for next season. Now, normally, not just in the 2nd division, but in the 1st division as well, there's a lot of movement of players in the off-season. Now, do you know whether or not the core group of players that were there last season, are they going to be there next season as well, like
yes,
yourself?
Yes, most of the players will stay there.
Okay, so
let's say I think 15 or maybe it's more. I'm not sure. 15 is sure. The most of the players are there, the same players.
Okay.
And
that's good.
And the reason is like we want to show to everyone that it was not by accident. That's why I stay.
Yeah.
Because I have some offers, but I wanted to stay because I wanted to show to everyone that it was not by accident.
Yeah.
We are good players, and that's why I put a target for myself and the players. I think they are thinking like me to make better than the last season. So if it was last season 7, now move forward 6. I don't care 6, 5, something better.
3.
Why not? we will try. Honestly, we see all the opponents in their eyes. We don't afraid no one. We know how we can play. Just we go with the plan, with the coach plans, and we move. So it's like that.
I think
we know a lot of mistakes will happen because we are young and stuff, but okay, it's a part of the process.
I think as well it's good to have the consistency because obviously there's a lot of player changes all over the place in Cyprus. So by having that consistency, I think you already have a step above everybody else. Everybody who's signing 15, 16 new players every season because of the players that they've had to let go. So I think there's already one step up on the rest of the league. So I think that's very good.
That's what the board tried to do. We tried to be all the players from the last year, most of them, and let's bring some other young players as well to push us, make us better as well. So if they come like 5 new players, it's okay. It's 5. They will learn how we play. So it's good for our team. It's good, yeah.
So out of the players that were on loan last season, so obviously they're going back to their clubs unless they decide for another year loan. Which of those players do you think is like the top dog that's going to make it?
Okay, Asi and Christo is unbelievable. It's unbelievable players. Asi, defensive midfielder, unbelievable. He played with Christo. They played together in the midfield. We was playing 4-4-2. They destroyed them in the midfield. Believe me, cause Christo take the ball. He can dribble everyone. He can make a pass that no one can see. And also Spirit, when he's a box player, when you bring him the ball there, he will score.
Gunman.
He's not he's not the player that he will dribble everyone and shot, but when you bring him the ball there, he will score. Even with the head, with the foot, I don't know. He will score. And that's great. So, but as I said, Kos and Asi, unbelievable.
Yeah, because Asimeno made his debut for Omonoia against Flora, wasn't it, in the Conference League or the Europa League qualifier? Sorry,
yeah. Imagine this guy. He played Europa League. He came to play with us. That was a joke in the dressing room.
He's brilliant. He's a good boy as well, and Christo. They're all good boys. Good boys. That's all. Any more questions, bro?
I kind of just jumping in when the conversation asks for it. So okay, carry on. Jump in there.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to go back to something that you mentioned about the Cypriot footballers or the national team and all that, right? And you mentioned the 3 goalkeepers that haven't been playing, which is Dimitriou, Spogliarits, and Panayi.
I think it's not Spogliarits now. I think it's Neophytos.
Yeah.
Neophytos.
Mikhail,
okay.
yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes, and Mol joined them now as well. So they are 4.
Yeah. So there's 4, right? So 3 of them. Okay, I mentioned Spogliarits. So there's 4 natural Cypriots, and then you got Mol, right? So this leads me on to my question being, you guys in the 2nd division, you said that you're not being scouted by GOP and everything, and this is the same question that we ask all these other people when it comes to Cypriot footballers abroad. Now, as you know, you've got your friends with Okkas, who's playing at Fulham. There's all these other players abroad. There's Costia, Atletico Madrid. Do you think that's the reason for in Germany? That's right. So do you think this is why a lot of the young Cypriots are leaving Cyprus at an early age, because they believe that they'll probably progress and get an opportunity in the national team further down the line?
Yeah, of course. It's not just the national team. It's also the level, If you go out now, we said 40. He plays in 2nd division in Hanover. How you say this team? He's on loan from Eintracht, so he plays, and he learns. His 2nd division in Germany is like a very good league. Also, George Okkas in Fulham. He like unbelievable. It was like I was talking with Chambos, and he told me, when he went to Fulham and after I saw him in national team to play, he's a different player, like very, very good player. And I never see him play before. He's the level, and they help you as well because it's more professional, let's say. It's not like here it's only it's only 1st division and the other divisions. Who cares? It's like also with the money, the COP, they don't give a lot of money to the second division teams, So they don't try to make something good for the 2nd division and above. They only care about the 1st division. And that's not good because most of us, the Cypriot players, we are in the 2nd division. And we have a lot of good players. And to be honest, under 19s and under 21s, they have some players from 2nd division. I mean, for the 1st team of a national team, they will not.
Well, that leads me on to my next question. And again, it goes back to something that we spoke to Costa from Ayers about. We've spoken to a lot of people. We've got Gabriel Ordelli, who we had on the show. He's half Cypriot, and he wants to play for the Cypriot national team. You, as a Cypriot living in Cyprus, born in Cyprus, how would you feel if, British Cypriots or Australian Cypriots or American Cypriots or any kind of Cypriot outside of Cyprus was called up to the national team? I mean, would that be, not a problem per se, but would it be like, well, I'm from out here, and why are these guys getting it? But, they're not from the island. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I
understand. I understand.
You know what I'm saying.
I get it. So look. For me, I can speak as myself. If this happens to me, and I'm goalkeeper of the under 19s, let's say, national team, and they bring one guy that he's half Cypriot, okay, then bring him here from me, okay, I will be a little bit hurt, I will not become immediately friend with him, sure. Because it's like this, it's character, but I will try to show them that I'm better than him. What I can do, it's like that. I will try to show them. I know he will play, but if he plays, you said in Watford, yeah?
Yeah.
He plays in Watford, and where I play. In Watford is a very, very good club, So I will try to learn from him if he's better than me. But if I'm better than him, I will try to show that I'm better than him. And that's it. I will try to fight, not just to sit like that and who are you and why you are here, It's not good. You need to fight.
Yeah. The thing is, we had Sodirios. Sodirios at Leyton Orient. He's been scoring goals.
Yeah.
I don't know what the situation is with him and the national team is. Honestly, I don't know. Gibrianu, who's at Peterborough, had a really good season. They were unlucky in the playoffs. All right, they blew a 4-goal lead, but we're not going to go into that. But then you've got other players like, for example, Anthony Georgiou, who was at Tottenham's academy. He went to Ipswich. He went to Isle for a bit. Didn't work out for him.
Yeah.
And now he's at Leyton Orient, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not saying that our players in the UK are better because, it doesn't matter where you come from. If you've got the ability, you've got the ability. But I personally believe that the Cypriot national team would benefit at looking at players in the UK that are of Cypriot heritage. But I don't know how the players would feel. And obviously, GOP and the people at the top feel about that kind of thing, which I think the less we say about them a lot, the better. I'm not going to go into that.
Okay, to be honest, I'm not sure if they know how many half Cypriots and half English are out there,
They don't.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Because when we had Mike on the podcast, and we had that discussion, he said that nobody from GOP has been to talk to him, even though his team is called Omonoia Youth. Like, it's literally named in such a way to be like, this is a team that's going to have a lot of ethnic Cypriot children in. So the fact that he hasn't been contacted by the Cyprus FA to look into them is a bit weird. There's also a Nea Salamina youth team
in
as
the
well.
5th or 6th.
Yeah, I know. I know. I watch them. I don't know. I find them on Facebook or something. Yeah. Omonoia Youth, I knew from before. It was not Omonoia London. It was something like that.
Yeah, there's Omonoia London and there's an Omonoia Youth. But Omonoia Youth, they won the grassroots team of the year in the whole of England like 2 years ago. Yeah, they were the best best youth team because they've got under 9s going up to under 18s. And Mike was the chairman and he went to Wembley Stadium and they did a presentation on the pitch in front of 96,000 people to say, because it's an England game, but obviously. But for him to say that GOP haven't picked up the phone and said, let's do something, because he's got one young player that went to West Ham. He's in West Ham's academy now. Yeah. So it confuses me why GOP don't look at these players. But then again, no disrespect, I look at the national team and the players that Ketspire has called up and the clubs that they play for. Again, I'm not saying anything else. I'm not saying anything else.
I'll say it. If you're not playing for Anorthosis, you're not getting in Ketspire's team.
Okay. Look. He's a coach. Okay, if he believes that these players they can help him, it's on him. If we lose, he will go on, not me.
Exactly. It's on his bold head, angry head. Exactly.
Yeah, but Timur, I think, is a good coach, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, Stel will have something. Where is he? He's over here. Stel will have something to say.
I will be in big trouble, big trouble, and I don't want to be in
trouble.
So
okay, leave it out. We can do that after the recording,
Of course, no stress,
no
stress. I can do that all day, bro.
Yeah.
But so I think it'll be a good opportunity, not just for the player development and for the development of Cypriot football, but also to have a bond, because it just seems that there is a dichotomy between the Cypriot. I won't say the government, but just like Cypriot in general, when it comes to Cyprus in general, when it comes to the UK and Australia and America. And again, look, as someone from personal experience, it probably doesn't mirror anyone else's, but from personal experience, it's almost as if the moment I go to Cyprus, I'm at a disadvantage because I'm from the UK and people don't see me on that level. So I don't know whether it's just a cultural thing, or maybe it's because I don't pronounce things properly, or maybe it's just I'm just pale. I don't know. It's wild, bro. Honestly.
I know. Yeah. I think it's a culture. It's not something that have to do with you. It's a culture.
Yeah. It's
for me,
because people see it as an advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, for me, I'm not like in the Cypriot culture. I'm not into it. Like I have something from out, I'm not like Cypriot. In a lot of things, some things I am, okay, but some things I'm not. So I am like an open-minded person. So what I want to say, I will say it, If I don't like you, I will tell you why.
I think people of your generation, your age, have the same mentality.
Yeah, probably. It's
speaking to just people on Instagram and all that, they've got the same mentality as probably me. But I think people my age in Cyprus, there are people that are like that, Roy, for example, and many others. But yet there's still that majority who are like, Charlie this and this and that. And fine, I've got no problem with it. I'm used to it by now. But then when you've got the younger ones, like, for example, Ordelli and all these other ones, maybe if they go to the national team, they won't get that because the culture's changed.
It's different. I know.
Yeah.
So if he take the Cypriot nationality, let's say, and he went there, I hope he will find a guy that he will help him with that. Because it's maybe for the other guys it's a joke, but for him he don't know what is it. So he make he hold back. And if you want to play football, you need to have your confidence, to be happy you with your teammates. It's like that. If you are not in the group, you will be not terrible, but you will not be as good as you can, in the pitch, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit strange, but I don't know if the young fellas do that,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, I've got one more question because I know that God, it's been over an hour. Bloody hell! Blimey. Well, thank you for your time, Phil. I appreciate it.
No problem. Of course.
As I said, that this is my final question when it comes to the football side of things. Excuse me. As you know, at time of recording, it's the 17th of June. Baba Stavros resigned. The Somadio and Omonia haven't come to an agreement. Everything is in limbo at the moment. No one really knows what's happening. Obviously, there's Agel involved in some way, shape, or form. First of all, as a supporter, how do you feel about this? And secondly, as someone that was inside the club when Baba Stavros took over, can you see anything changing? Can they rectify whatever it is?
So, okay, what I think about the situation is that maybe Mr. Stavros, he pushed them a little bit harder this time, So the Somatio staff, they don't know what to do now. I believe. So what I think, if they're gonna propose him a good deal, he will take it.
But the thing is, the other day
for the next 5 years, why he have to? Because on the deal that they have, I think, is like for the next 5 years he needs to put 4 million for something. Why to lose this money?
Yeah,
like it's 4 million and the rest is from Somadio, what they can find and stuff. If this happens and they don't have a deal, Omonia have a big problem.
Yeah, but the thing is,
they will have a big problem.
But this is the thing, bro, because when he did his statement the other day live on his channel, he said on the morning of his resignation, he even said to them, I'm going to resign if whatever. Let's have a conversation. And they didn't get back to him. So what is it that's going on? I look again. I don't know what's happening. It's confusing as hell. Tasso, as an Aboyalista, is probably laughing his ass off. But then again, in his
I'm not, because as big as the shit show is that's happening at Omonia at the moment, there's a bigger mountain of crap that's about to fall on Aboel. So I'm keeping quiet.
Exactly.
So again, I don't know where we go from this. Personally, this is my honest opinion. I think this is a game of chess, and I think Baba Stavro has got him a checkmate at the moment. And
this is what I believe also.
Yeah.
But because as I told you, it's like he pushed them. He pushed them hard now because they tried to play with him. And to be honest, because I know that man. I was there with him. I speak with him. The way he talks, the way you feel when he's there is different. You can see he's a serious man. It's not a joke, and you cannot play with this guy. And he didn't make money because he's a joke. Because he didn't born with money. He make the money from himself. And you listen his interview. If you remember that when he did, I don't remember 2 weeks ago or something.
I remember old interviews that he's done and the press conferences where he's destroyed the referees, where he's had to go at other clubs. For me, this is siege mentality. That's the American don't play with my money. That's what it is. He's invested in the club. He's seeing all this shit that's happening around Cypriot football. And he's like, no. This ain't going to happen. And I respected him for that. But then there was other decisions that he made, be it, all right, sacking Larco for whatever reason, but not bringing in a sporting director, the scouting team being shambolic. There are things that I know that I can tell you afterwards. I'm sure I told you, actually, but I'll tell you afterwards. But there are things that I know that I can't divulge where it was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you got something good here. Why are you letting non-football people run your business, run your club? But then you see, obviously, his mate being the vice president, and whatever reason, I'm not going to go into that. But again, I was questioning his ambition. But at the same time, when you're thinking about the struggles that he's had with the Somadio and how they're holding the club back with there's a lot of pressure on them now. There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but what you said now, I am like today, 17th of June, okay? He bring a great, for me, what I see in his CV, a great sport director. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like where he was, he made great things in every team. And believe me, what I believe, he take a good money as well. So he didn't bring him as a joke,
Yeah.
And as I read before, it was Semedo, another one guy in the midfield, also big money players and big players, good players for Omonia, So it's like a strange situation because you do that and then you resign. So what we can wait now, But what I believe is what you said before is a checkmate. Okay, they have the pressure now. So
exactly. He even said it. The club owes me 16 million euros. Exactly. Right. So at this point, he's said the things that are pushing the right buttons. Again, I said back end of the season, I said, look, when we win the cup, resign because you're resigning on a high. But at the same time, it seems that you don't really care too much about the football side of things. I thought that there was a structure there and a plan. That's how it seemed. Because when he said that after the IL game, we're going to learn from our mistakes, I was thinking, well, maybe he's got someone in mind to become the president. He's going to step down, bring them in, bring in a sporting director. He's going to stay away from the football side of things, stay in the United States, because that's what he's been doing. He rarely comes to Cyprus, or rarely goes to Cyprus. Yeah. Grigori's there. And look, I'm not a fan of Grigori's, but from the commercial side of things, he's great. Bring in the deals.
Exactly.
Bring in all the commercial stuff. But don't bring in the players. And that's what he was doing.
Bro, I don't believe that he brings the players.
Okay. Well, again, we can have a contender about this later.
Yeah, okay. I can't believe that, because I don't know. I think it's the scouting stuff. He just make the deal, that look. Maybe when you get the touch with a player, he conduct for the money, just the money, not the player. He make the deals, So I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I'm I'm not afraid to say this. I've said it before, no choftes. I have seen what agents have sent me forwarded messages from him in not last summer. It was last summer and the summer before, right? Wanting players in specific positions. That tells me that there is no scouting team. That tells me that he's involved in it. So, but anyway, listen, there's another defender for.
So Stel, you were saying that it looked like there was a plan in place. You do know the name of this podcast, right?
This is Mappa. Yeah, this is Cypriot.
Of course. Yeah. So what gave you the idea that there would be a plan in place?
Because Stavros Babastavro is a multi-millionaire who's got businesses all over the United States, and he's looking at his football club.
This is Cyprus.
No. Yeah, but don't forget.
Yeah, but that's the change, I think.
No,
he's a businessman.
Yeah.
He's in Cyprus, but it's his business. So what he did in his other business, he will do here as well. So I'm sure that he has plan B. I'm sure. But at the moment, he waits from the Somadio, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
He's grabbed the Somadio by the Achikia and he said, I've got your balls now. I'm going to cut them off unless you do what I say. And you know what? Again, as I said, I'm not his biggest fan. I have to respect him for what he's done for the club from a financial element and the success, even though it's been in spite of all the malagias that have happened. But at the same time, you can't blame him for doing what he's done and feeling the way that he has done, especially, and this is the other thing that we haven't mentioned, especially if there are outside influences that are making things even more difficult. Now, if him and the Somadio, if it was just them two, entities that have got the problem, I could say, right, this can be resolved. But then there's something else in the background, a stink, which is a political party that's been screwing up with the club for a long time. And if they're constantly involved, it makes things even more difficult. So I can see where he's coming from. But again, he's got them by the balls now. He's got them by the balls. Sorry, that's how it is.
Yeah, because the fans, they want him. Papastavro, you know, they want him. Now, before they say bad things for him, but now they want him. You know, also the fans they came crazy about this situation, and now all the pressure is for the Somalia.
Well, this is it, and this is the problem that many clubs have. You know, they're so mismanaged. It's unbelievable. And Thasso mentioned Apoel, and I don't know if you want to speak about this because obviously they're a rival club and everything, but I'm absolutely stunned. I shouldn't be, but I'm stunned how a club can be so financially crippled. And it's almost as if there's nothing to see here.
The football club owes money to the Somadio. Like it's the other way around. Tapoel, to what Papastavro was saying. The football club cannot pay the amount of fees that they're supposed to pay for the Somadio for the license to be Apoel. They're not paying them.
It's a strange situation in
Apoel. Apoel owes money to Apoel. That's how bad it's got.
Yeah, imagine. It's like 30. I don't know how many millions is it.
38
now.
38.
Yeah. I haven't looked at the papers properly, but I'm pretty sure it's 38. I need to sit down and look through all of that. But even in the books, they report that they've paid the Somadio the money that they're supposed to pay. And then Bedridi comes out in the general meeting afterwards and says, we're not paying them as much as we're supposed to be paying them, but we're going to sort it out. By the way, we're also going to build a new stadium. With whose fucking money?
I don't know. Honestly, I saw that as well. I don't know.
As my yaya used to say, parayok.
And he said in 3 years, 2026. So we mean like what you can do in 3 years with 30 million.
And for the last 3 years, he's been saying if Apoel don't get into the group stages of Europe, there's going to be a problem. Every year for 3 years. And there's me think I'm listening to this and I'm going, so manage it so that if you don't get in, it's not a problem. Maybe tie it back a little bit, wait a couple of years, build a youth team, like what Omonoia is doing, for instance. Build a youth team, not just have like chat on the bench every so often and be like, see, look, we have good young players.
He's good. He's too good for that club. I'm sorry.
More players like this. Instead, he's talking about signing that 5'5" nano from
Fred Vanzidis, yes, the Greek guy.
Yeah, Fred, who's just finished playing in Saudi. Stop spending money and sort it out. Instead, he's throwing more money at the problem because that's going to fix it. Without a plan, there's no plan.
I don't know. Exactly. I don't think they have any plan. Just they try to go in the Europe, and that's it. But that's Europe will not save you 38 millions. Believe me,
it won't.
They will not save you.
The one thing was the one other thing that Omonoia and Arbor have in common is their branding and their marketing is dog shit. I'm sorry, Arbor. Listen, as much as I dislike them, their reach is big, right? It's a big reach. Yeah. So why are they not marketing the company properly? Why don't they have a structure where they can outsource or look at other nations and promote their club and from the social media? Their YouTube channel is bug. I'm sorry. Everything about the club from a social perspective, it's bad. But the thing is, they have the history, they have the lineage, they have everything to push forward. But then I see, again, back to Addis and Buffer, they're doing everything the right way. And if Omonoia and Arbor had that, they'd be levels ahead. Levels.
I know.
I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. Well, look, before we wrap up, Filemo, quick fire questions, right?
Yes.
I'm going to put you on the spot, right? I'm going to give you some names of players and just tell us a few words to describe them.
Like
it's simple.
Ex-players or like when we play together?
Now, then, whenever.
So we have Chambos, first of all.
If you want to go with Humble, okay, go with Humble. Go on.
Unbelievable player, unbelievable guy. It's like he will become, believe me, he will become a great player. So, if you want me to say more or just like that? Of course. He will, I'm sure. He will. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we got Matt.
Okay,
legend, unbelievable guy, legend. I love him. Believe me, it's like a bigger brother, I can't say father, but I can say brother.
I mean, you can say father. How old is he now?
No, he's 37, 36. How old is he? It's 13 years. No, it's not that big.
Well, listen, in the UK, it's not uncommon for dads to be 13 in the UK, to be honest. Oh, I'm joking.
Yeah,
okay. Okay, no. All right. What about Bilea? Because I'll tell you what, this guy, Romano, put out a tweet about him the other day. He's doing sensational.
It's an unbelievable player. Believe me, it's like his left foot. When you need a cross, he's the guy. He will find you in the place that you want the ball. He's unbelievable. He runs, he marks, he can attack. He's very, very good player. And a very good guy, funny guy.
Okay.
I've funny said guys. To Stell, go on. So I said to Stell about Bilea. He's like that picture of the cat, the meme with where it's doing that.
Oh yeah, with the foot, yeah. The Beckham.
That's him. Yeah.
And honestly, what happened with Fabrizio is a top achievement. Yeah. From him and for Cypriot as well. And for Aris.
Sure.
Okay, Aris.
Different class, huh? Different class.
Yeah.
You mentioned funny guys. Come on, Giriagidis, man. That guy is hilarious.
Unbelievable guy. He's like, when we sit together or, we have, like with him, Chambos, me, Kaku, we go out sometimes together, we sit. He just have to do something to laugh, He just want to say one malakia or something, I don't know. He does that every time, or he just can make a weird noises or something. Or when we was playing FIFA and when he received a goal, he's and you just can't stop laughing,
Who's the best FIFA player out of all the ones, the boys you played against? Who's the best?
Okay, Kaku is very good. Kaku, Nicolas as well. Okay, Chambos he tried. Kyriakidis is no. But he tried to learn, to be honest. He's becoming better.
Excellent.
But Nicolas and Kaku are top. Okay, Chambos he tried. Okay, when you start to speak with him and you say some bad things, he forgot the game.
Amazing. Oh, blimey. There are so many players I could make. I mean, talk to me about Gagul. I love, Gagul. Listen, I love everyone. But there's something about Gagul. I think because it's easy for me, I think that's why I like him so much.
Bro,
I do the videos and everything like that with him. But he's a funny guy. I love him to bits, man. I love him.
Look, Kaku is. I never see a mentality like that from young age. Honestly, we was playing a game under 19s. We got a penalty, and one other guy he take the ball from him. He's okay. He went back. The other guy take the ball. He shoot the ball out. He didn't say nothing. We went to the dressing room. It was 0-0 the game in the first half, and we were sitting like that, faces down or something. We tried to, and when everyone was quiet, he came like that. It's the last time he said to him that you take a penalty, and we just started laughing.
Amazing.
Bro, he couldn't, he was so competitive guy. He wants to do more, he tries. And to be honest with him, I said mindset, mentality, because he listens a lot of things from Omonia fans, to be honest, and he knows that. And he don't care. He's there every week and he proved them wrong, Yeah. And that's what I love most about him,
This is
unbelievable guy.
This is a conversation I had with him, I think it was the beginning of last season. And I noticed that his movement off the ball had improved so much. And you could tell he's been talking to Shepovic and Duris and all that. You can tell. And I said to him, don't worry about the amount of goals that you score, because people always judge him on that. I said, don't worry about the amount of goals that you score. Worry about the movement and getting in the right positions, because when you do that, you create the chances for yourself. And don't forget, he's quick, man. And he's chasing down. He's
unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. I think he's he's the fastest player in Cyprus.
He must be.
Yeah, I think the other guy that I saw that fast.
Babika is probably Babika, no?
Okay. Close. I think it's close. But you remember the guy Jacinho?
Yes.
Oh, my friend, this guy unbelievable.
Yeah, Roadrunner.
Unbelievable.
Roadrunner.
Yes, unbelievable. So, okay, that's what I want to say about Kaku is his mentality, strong there. Here is finished. And to be honest, he didn't have the support that one striker needs to have in the game to get him the ball where he wants, You don't have one Pileas to make that. Maybe 3 years ago, 2 years ago, when Jan was taking all the left side, yes. Now, okay, Jan, he's top guy as well.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah. He's funny guy also. Yeah.
Oh, Huber-chan's fun. Huber-chan. You got a Huber-chan story. Come, tell me a Huber-chan story. Everyone's got a Huber-chan story.
No, I didn't live so much with him. That's why. We was not so much together. Yeah. And I don't have a story with that guy. The only story that I have is when I take him home after the game.
Because there was a story, I can't remember who was telling me. Someone hid, was it Michael's phone? And it was, I can't remember what happened in training, but there was a story where someone's phone was hidden. And I think Hubo was
I remember. I don't remember who. I saw that story, yeah. I listened to the story also. Who was? I don't remember. But I have another story. I have another story with Jordi. Yeah. He bought, it was with Chris Montes. You remember that guy?
Yes, Chris Montes.
Yes. And I don't remember. I think Jordi bought a small, like a fake Katsaridare.
Yeah, cockroach, yeah.
Bro. And he put it in, he opened the locker, he put it in the, in the back of the players. and I don't remember who was, but it was Chris. Yeah, he opened the the locker. He take his bag. He tried to take something from me, and he saw the this, and he started to shout. Malaga Jordi was like, I don't know, like 20 meters, and he was laughing. Unbelievable! It was the first time that I saw him laughing that bad, and he tried to do the same to me. But because I saw that moment, I didn't have the same. I take it. I say, Jordi, this is for you, yeah. The Cazzareda. Bro, he tried to make jokes like, oh. And with the Kidmans also, we make a lot of things. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think
we scare each other.
I think it was Kiko that was telling us that Jordi liked to fart. Esiren Bortus, man. Like, that was his thing.
But no one could say something. It was Jordi. When you say something, he was like that. You close your mouth immediately.
Amazing. Bro, you've got stories, man. And these are stories that even stories that you can't even tell us. Like, yes. I know you've got stories, but yeah.
I can do that after the recording. I can do that, but now no chance.
Write a book. I'm telling you, you need to write a book. Get someone, even if you can't, even if you don't feel you can write one, get a ghostwriter or something, because the stories that
you change the names. You just put instead of Jordi, you called him Jackie. You know, that's it.
Something I can do something in the future with this story. Sure.
James,
So maybe you saw that. I don't know why, but Zlatan, it's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I saw that.
Yeah,
he made his Instagram account a writer.
A writer.
I don't know why. Yeah, I saw that before.
Okay.
Unbelievable. When we was talking about writers, I want to say I take Zlatan to write my book.
Like, that could work. You know, but he can do anything. He can do anything, Ibrahimovic. He could do anything. And this is what I keep saying. Like, we, you know, if
well, listen, we'll know if Zlatan's ghostwritten it, because the book will start, I am Alex. That's it. That's the first page.
With a lion in the back.
And Tornado is like, no, it's mine.
We're going to have a problem with that guy. Oh, my God.
There, he's gone. Stop talking about him. He's gone.
No, we got to talk about him. He's gone to Switzerland. Anyway, Alex Moore, thank you so much for your time, bro. Honestly, we've done an hour and a half, and I think we could talk all day, but you've got things to do. And again, we appreciate your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I'm going to get you on No Choftes soon, because
okay.
Yes,
anytime, just tell me.
That's going to...
Yeah.
That's all.
We have stories. We have stories.
Yeah, we do have stories. Well, look, everyone that's watching, I've put the Alex's Instagram, all the stuff in the description, all the social medias. Give us a follow on Instagram as well. This is Mappa. Thasso is at Fles Cafes. We've got a Twitter as well at This Is Mappa. We've got a Discord, Facebook group page. We've got some merchandise coming out as well. Yeah, we've got some merchandise coming out. We've got the Babika t-shirt, which is going to drop soon. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for
I've got to have a word with you about that as well. I've got an idea.
You got another idea? Okay, don't worry. We just keep on coming. We keep on coming. Anyway, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back very, very soon. So until next time.
Bye.